his mother has a talk with Mother Elizabeth. And she seems so young, and she does. And when she described it, she said, I had a talk with Mother Elizabeth. She's so sweet and good. A saint on earth. I love her dearly. It may be sinful of me, but I love her better than my own mother. Because Mother Elizabeth always understands, even before you say a word. Her kind blue eyes look right into your heart. You can't keep any secrets from her. You couldn't deceive her, even if you were mean enough to want to. All the same, I don't think she was so understanding this time. I told her I wanted to be a nun. I explained how sure I was of my vocation. I said that I had prayed to the Blessed Virgin to make me sure and to find me worthy. I told Mother I'd had a true vision when I was praying in the shrine of Our Lady of Lourdes on the little island in the lake. I said I knew, as surely as I knew I was kneeling there, that the Blessed Virgin had smiled and blessed me with her consent. But Mother Elizabeth told me I must be more sure than that, even. That I must prove it wasn't simply my imagination. She said if I was so sure, then I wouldn't mind putting myself to a test by going home after I graduated and living as other girls lived, and going out to parties and dances and enjoying myself. And then if after a year or two I still felt sure, I could come back and see her and we would talk it over again. I never dreamed that Holy Mother would give me such advice. I was really shocked. I said, of course, I would do anything she suggested, but I knew it was simply a waste of time. And after I left her, I felt all sort of mixed up. And so I went to the shrine and prayed to the Blessed Virgin and found peace again, because I know she heard my prayer. And I know that she will always love me. And I know that she will see that no harm will ever come to me as long as I never lose my faith in her. Now that was in the winter of senior year. And then in the spring, something happened to me. Yes, I remember. I fell in love with James Tyrone. And I was so happy for a time.
Geraldine, before we finish with the song, you also became a director and directed Bill Davis's play.
A wonderful director, because she's such a wonderful actress. She knows what to say to actors and she knows what to say to writers. And I came to her apartment with a script, and she gave me some poppy seed danishes, and I said, please direct this play. And she did. At Manhattan Theater Club, and then we went to Broadway, and she directed it on Broadway. And what she does that's so wonderful is that she never gives a negative direction. She never says to an actress, well, go. Give him a negative direction. Anyway, so it made sense that she would go that direction, and she did.
Tell me, what do you mean?
I say that when I watch you direct the actors in Mass Appeal, you would never give a negative direction.
Oh yes, I would try not to.
Yeah.
Because I had a great friend during his lifetime called Vladimir Sokolov, who had been a great friend of Max Reinhardt, who had also been a friend of Stanislavski and all those terrific people. And he had told me that they all said, you mustn't give a negative direction, because it's really impossible to perform something that's not there.
Right.
to say, I'm going to say to you, do this or that, but then the negative things, and so how could you? How could you do that? How could you take that action? There's nothing to take from your point of view. So I was very interested in that. And then I was very interested in Reinhardt's directions, which were always remarkable. And he at one time said that if you are a king, he said, how could you show that somebody is a king? And I said, well, I don't really know. How could you? And he said, well, for one thing, you could have the king put out his hand. And I said, what's that? And he said, well, only a king can put out his hand and expect something to be put in it. So there's one thing you have to do. You have a curiosity. You have a king and a beggar, or as one person from time to time. And I thought that was a great thing for Max Reinhardt to say. So that's what I remember about him. And he was a lovely man, too.
Let's have a song now.
A song?
Yes.
Yes.
Which one should we do? Let's do the pig song.
Oh, yes, I love the big song.
Oh, these songs are from this singing act that Geraldine did called Street Songs. They got rave reviews, and she performed them for almost a year at the Roundabout Theater.
Twas an evening in October. I admit I wasn't sober. I was carting home alone with manly pride when my feet began to stutter and I fell right in the gutter, and a pig came up and lay down by my side. While I lay there in the gutter, my heart began to flutter when a lady passing by was heard to say, "You can tell the man who boozes by the company he chooses." Then that pig got up and slowly walked away. Walked away, and I thought I'd made a nice friend for myself. Explain to you why it is the way it is. The time of the great famine in Ireland, when many of the Irish people came to this country hoping to get jobs here and get money here and go back to Ireland and save the lives of their loved ones who might well be dead from starvation when they got there. A very tragic time. So the thing about Danny Boy is all about that. And the mother deciding to send at least one of her sons to America to try to get some money for the family. And having to say goodbye to perhaps her youngest son. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. snow. It's I'll be in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so.
Everyone here.
At the conservatory.
Wonderful place
And dedicate this last street song to you. It's all about hard times like these times.
and what we must do to get through.
And though the song is ancient,
The song is ancient.
it shines like new. We know this part. This part we know. We got a barrel of wine. Maybe it's ragged and torn, but we travel along, singing a song side by side. Everybody sing it. We don't know what's coming tomorrow. Maybe it's ragged and sorrow, but we travel along, singing a song side by side. Through all kinds of weather, what if it's time to fall? Just as long as we're together, it doesn't matter at all. We all never troubles and heartache. We'll be the same as we started. Hope we travel along, singing a song side by
All these different things. It was a great honor for me to be here and to be able to sing for you.
Well, I'm not sure whether I should keep on trying and be an actress and a singer and a dancer or just forget it.
Certainly, Glory Heights and that last song got me. I hope you enjoyed your evening. And I hope you remember us. And we will have a wonderful champagne punch and reception. So I would ask that you give us a good 5 minutes before we, serve you and get it to set up in the back. If I have some helpers to help me stack chairs, I'd be very happy. Stack the chairs.